you, Senator Blunt, and thank you for the hearing. Secretary Warner, all of us want to have the ability to participate in our elections and democracy and have great faith in this and not be disenfranchised. We've heard from Michigan and Indiana and West Virginia that certain things are working in their states. Great. If things are working in their states, we should keep doing that. I note in your bio, Secretary Warner, that you say that 313 outdated, duplicate, out-of-state, deceased, and convicted felon voters have been eliminated. At the same time, in a state as probably 1/5 the size of Michigan, you've also registered 246,000 new voters, 67 of which are high schoolers. And you don't have same-day registration. You don't have the other provisions that she has. So I think that we've tailored the way we want to get new and energetic voters on our rolls and get rid of the voters that are no longer eligible to vote. So congratulations to you on that. The specific thing I would like to talk about is your mobile voting app. You've talked about your overseas service members with electronic voting, but I think it's also important to know that you've expanded the use of, with the help of the legislature, I believe, of online voting for disabled individuals. And I've heard from our deaf and blind community in West Virginia about what S.1 would do to prevent them from using this tremendous increased accessibility voting option that you've pioneered in the state of West Virginia. So if you could briefly share your concerns about the impact that this bill would have on military voters and voters with disabilities.
This bill would absolutely eliminate the opportunity for military people overseas, for voters overseas, and for what you just mentioned, the voters with certain disabilities, especially the blind community and folks who are physically not able to get to the polling locations. That's where we have enabled them to vote using a mobile device that's tailored to their specific situation. I visited one quadriplegic who physically could not get out of his bed to go vote. 35 years old, said for the first time in his life he felt like an American where he could vote using this. So S1 would eliminate that opportunity. That
would eliminate those folks' ability to vote. Now we're talking about accessibility to voting, and this eliminates our military out of our country and certain folks with disabilities in our state to be able to vote at the most convenient and technology-tested way. I would also note in the state of West Virginia in the 2020 election, with all this, without this bill, you increased the number of voters by about 130,000 that actually came to the polls. Is that about a correct statement?
Yes, we had over 800,000 people vote, and we have just over 1 million active voters. So we had a tremendous turnout.
Okay, I want to follow up on something you said in your statement, and something Senator Merkley said about the decertification of certain machines. Now, I understand in West Virginia all of ours are paper.
Yes, we have a paper trail, auditable. Yes, we do.
Okay, so why would our machines be decertified under this legislation?
This bill requires that all machines meet the VVSG 2.0 system, and no state has the machines ready to meet that because this was just passed a month ago by the EAC, so we're all getting used to what those requirements are. We'd have to go out and buy new machines to meet this new standard.
So you're telling me every state would have to buy new machines?
You're correct under this.
Every state would have to buy new machines under
yes.
this. Now, remember the funding that we put into Help America Vote Act to make sure that you're up to the point at which you are right now today.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask a question. This is a dangerous thing, but I have no idea. I have no idea what the answer is going to be here. But there's a provision in this bill that says that we are going to politicize the FEC, and we are going to make it, instead of even 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats, the majority party will be able to have a majority vote at the FEC. So I'd like to ask I'm going to ask everybody yes or no. Do you agree with that provision in this bill, Mr. Holder? Yes or no?
I do. The FEC has proven to be totally ineffective in the way that it is constructed now.
So that's a yes?
Yes.
You're in favor. Okay. Ms. Benson?
Yes.
Mr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
No.
Mr. Rikita?
No.
I cannot believe that 3 out of the 5 witnesses thinks that it's a good idea to take a nonpartisan FEC commission and politicize it and make decisions about elections when you can use your majority vote to ram anything through. That, to me, is a major red flag in this legislation. Thank you.